Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez pledges to take action after our investigation into inmates struck in the head inside the Harris County Jail. Investigative reporter Jeremy Rogowski joins us tonight with more on the changes ahead because of what we found. Jeremy?
When the sheriff concedes the behavior we uncovered was not warranted. Detention officers striking inmates in the head nearly 4 times a week, but rarely getting disciplined. Now, Ed Gonzalez is pledging to do things differently at his jail. Struck again and again, case after case of behavior called into question.
I'm very clear that there's room for improvement in all this. We obviously have a lot of work to do.
Sheriff Ed Gonzalez calls what we discovered inside his jail concerning. More than 800 inmates punched in the head over 4 years for things like refusing orders, grabbing a detention officer, or making verbal threats. Would any of those categories, in your mind, warrant a closed fist blow to the head?
Those type of scenarios to me would not.
Turns out there's not anything in department policy or training that spells out the do's and don'ts of striking an inmate in the head. UT's Michelle Deitch has researched jail policies across the nation.
It's missing some key elements and missing necessary guidance for the officers so they know what is allowable and what isn't.
Boom! Yeah. Steve Sinclair used to run the Washington State prison system. His message to Sheriff Gonzalez?
You need to communicate right now and reestablish what's okay and not okay. You need to get to work on your policy. Take a look around the country.
Around the country, some jail policies are much more clear. New York City prohibits the use of blows to the head unless an officer is in imminent danger of serious bodily injury. Los Angeles County only allows head punching during life-threatening or high-risk assaultive situations. And in Texas, Bexar County's policy says strong blows to the head could be considered deadly force and should only be used when deadly force is appropriate.
From a training perspective, we do not teach to strike to the head. There are some policies that are more descriptive in prohibiting it. And so we are currently revising our policies as a follow-up to the information you brought forward.
As for the low numbers of officers disciplined for striking inmates in the head,
we appreciate you bringing it to our attention so that we can do better in that regard. If we're not issuing the proper discipline or elevating this to a higher level, we are now.
Gonzalez says there is context to consider. The Harris County Jail is chronically short-staffed and overcrowded, with many inmates charged with violent crimes, all making for a high-stress, tension-filled place to work.
I'm very empathetic that they have a very difficult job. They deal with a lot of heavy stuff every single day. Nonetheless, the public expects us to run a safe and respectful jail. That's my expectation.
If a safe and respectful jail is the expectation, getting there is the challenge.
Obviously, there's more work to be done, and so we're definitely going to be taking some further action based on the information that you brought forward.
Well, during our interview, Len, Sheriff Gonzalez told us that he had a draft version of the new policy in hand, so we anticipate the policy changes to become official very soon.
Yeah, you did the digging, you made a revelation, you took it to the top man's attention. Now they're hopefully making changes.
And we will follow up.
This is what journalism is all about. All right, Jeremy, good work. Thank you. You can watch Jeremy's documentary, Struck, inside the Harris County Jail. It's available on KHOU 11+. You can stream the documentary anytime.